This will be for the con exercise, percentage change word problems. The Hogwarts Express train has reduced its one-way fare from 360 gallons to just 270. What is the percentage decrease in the fare? Okay. So first we want to see by how much it actually decreased before we find the percentage. So we started at 360. All right, so the decrease since we started at 360 and we wound up at 270, I am just going to subtract 270, and 360 minus 270 is 90. All right, so it decreased by 90 gallons. All right, and we want to find the percentage decrease. So we're basically asking ourselves, 90 is what percent of the original, which was 360. Okay, so we can translate this sentence into an equation. 90 is or equals what percent, we can call that percent P, of means multiply, and that's 360. So the is basically equals, and what percent is basically the P, and of means multiply, and 360 is just 360. Solving for P, we have P times 360. The opposite of times is divided by 360. You want to do the same thing to both sides. And it cancels here. And 90 divided by 360, if you do that on the calculator, you should get 0.25. Now, we want the answer in terms of percent. So in order to convert this to percent, we need to multiply by 100 or move the decimal over 2 places. So 0.25 is equivalent to 25%. Final answer. So just click in the box and type 25. On my 30th birthday, I plan to light 30 candles on my cake and blow out 30% of them. How many candles will stay lit after I'm done? Okay, well, if he's going to blow out or remove 30% of them, you start with 100% of the candles, and you're going to blow out or remove 30%. So that means you have 70% left. Okay, and that's what they're asking. How many candles will stay lit? So 70% of the original. So we're going to do 70% of 30. Remember to convert percentage to decimal. You divide by 100 or just move it over to the left 2 places. So 70% is the same as 0.70. Of is the same as multiply, and that's times 30. Okay, 0.7 times 30 is just 21. So that's how many candles are left. Mobile users in India have gone up by 20% in a year. There are 540 million users today. How many users were there in India last year? Okay, since we don't know how many were in India last year, we can just call that number X. But they said it's gone up by 20%. So we start with 100% of a number, and it's gone up by 20%, so we're adding 20%. So the new number is 120% of the old number. All right. So 540 is going to be 120% of X. So I'll write 540 is 120% of X. And now that we have that sentence, we can translate it into an equation. We could say 540 is or equals 120% of means multiply times X. All right, and we said before to change percentage to decimal, you divide by 100 or move the decimal 2 places to the left. So 1, 2. So we have 540 equals 1.20 times X. Okay, solving for X, the opposite of times 1.2 is divided by 1.2. Or 1.20. So you want to do that to both sides. And it cancels here. And then do this on the calculator. And that equals 450. Right in the box. And the million is already written. Yosef can eat 21 jamons, while Rose can eat just 15. Complete the blank. Yosef can eat blank percent more jamons than Rose. Okay, first determine how much more he ate. So if we did 21 minus 15, that's just 6. So he ate 6 more than Rose. And we want to see what percent more that is. So we're going to say 6 is what percent of 15. Okay, so you translate this into an equation. 6 is what percent? So we'll just say P of is multiply times 15. Solving for P, the opposite of times 15 is divided by 15. You do that to both sides. The 15s cancel. Do this on the calculator. And I get 0.4. But they want the answer in terms of percent. So we have to multiply that by 100. Okay? And the way to multiply by 100 is just to move the decimal to the right 2 places. Now if you have a blank space, you can just add a 0 there. So 0.4 is the same as 40% because the decimal lands right there. So 40% more.